While doing a deep dive on a top-secret upcoming video, I came across a rather innocuous tweet by Donny Cates. The tweet reads, "Why are we all talking about BarCon?" Good question, Donny. But the better question is, what is BarCon? Well, lucky for us, God has given us Texas and Donny Cates, because he provides the answer. BarCon is what industry pros call the after the Comic-Con is over hangout at the bar. It's the bar where the pros and wannabe pros hang out. Cates was quick to add in a follow-up tweet that BarCon is not the place for wannabe up-and-coming pros to break into the industry. And that tweet is the one that caught my attention. It set off red flags, bells, whistles, and alarms. Why would Cates feel like he needed to add that tweet? And in fairness to Cates, he wasn't the only one, not by a long shot. There were several pros who came out of the woodwork to offer their own words of advice on BarCon. We'll go to General Gail Simone first, who validates that BarCon is a real thing, and that she avoids it like the plague. Interesting. I thought BarCon was a place where industry pros and buddies and pals hung out and would unwind after the long Comic-Con day. Next we have Mitch Gerads, who also says he's never personally seen anyone break into the industry through BarCon. Next up is Marz, who says that BarCon is a positive environment for networking, and then he offers up a TLDR thread with some boomer advice. Then we have editor Jon Moisan, who says he has never personally hired anyone because of BarCon. And then Jim Zub chimes in that he has seen creators make awkward, career-ending moves hanging out at the bar. So where is all this going, you might be asking yourself? So far we have several industry pros telling us that you can't break in at BarCon. It's not the way. It's not what it's there for. And you also have Gail Simone telling us that she avoids it like the plague. I was getting mixed signals here from these tweets. I had to dig deeper. Editor and writer Jay Edidin also had some thoughts on the matter. F BarCon. Jay relays the story of a group of A-list creators who were laughing hysterically as a violent bar fight broke out. He also adds that years later, the boss of this group was called out, but not fired, for assaulting someone at BarCon. Writer Landry Walker has been told thousands of times that he needs to go to BarCon to network and to break in. Editor Ari Yarwood has never felt safe at BarCon and thinks it's unfair for up-and-coming talent to expose himself to the potential hazards of BarCon. So it looks like there's a couple of different things that can happen if you show up at this BarCon event. The first thing that's going to happen is you might just hang out with some pals and some industry colleagues. The flip side of that coin is, it sounds like you might just be assaulted. Or, if your name is Joyce Chin, you might show up at BarCon and meet an editor and play your cards right and land a deal drawing the most iconic superhero of all time, Superman. Funny how that works, huh? Because BarCon can't be both things. It can't be the meeting ground where you have a snowball's chance in hell of ever breaking in, and also the place where you can land a job drawing Superman. But maybe, just maybe, it's a place where three things are likely to happen. If you're a fellow pro, you're going to meet up with your buddies, and you're going to have some drinks and a good time. And if you're an up-and-coming artist or writer, you just might land that gig if you play your cards right. And the other possibility is you find yourself victimized by one of these degenerates. We'll end this video with an audio clip of Quentin Tarantino being interviewed by Joe Rogan about his longtime producing buddy, Harvey Weinstein.
I wish I'd talked to him. I wish I had sat him down and go, Harvey, you can't do this. You're going to fuck up everything. And the thing about it is, everybody who was in his orbit knew about it. There's nobody who said they didn't know that didn't know. If you were in his orbit, and that includes all the big actors who he palled around with, like, they all knew. They all knew. They didn't know they didn't know anything about Riviera, but they had heard.
Yeah.
They had heard things. They had heard about him just, putting the bite on somebody in a limo or something.